Hey everybody, it is Matt and it is finally Maniac Monday. I hope each and every one of you are having a fantastic morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, whatever it is you're watching this. And I hope each and every one of you had a fantastic weekend. Hopefully you got to watch a good movie or two. If you did, let me know. What did you watch? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it ugly? I definitely, the first couple of movies for this week are pretty good so far, or at least in my eyes, they were good and entertaining. All right, now that I got all that jazz out of the way, let's move on to today's movie, yo. It is really good. Which I like to start out Monday with a good movie. Mondays and Fridays are my two favorite days to go out with a bang and start with a bang. You know, that's just how I roll. Now this one's from 2013. It's running about an hour and 11 minutes. At least that's what I think it said. I know it said that on IMDb, but I couldn't find the runtime on the back of the box, and plus I forgot to write that down when I watched it, because I watched it both last night and then I rewatched it this morning. That's how much I liked it. I thought it was a fun brutal movie. And then who do we got in there? We got Isaac Williams, Natalie Jean, J.D. Brown, Victoria DePaul, Kacie Marie, Tim Cronin, Julia Campbell, Shaun, Paul Costello, and Kelsey, Lehman, and Vaughn. There we go. Quite the amount of cast in there. There are some other people here in this film, and they just aren't really, in my opinion, worth mentioning, because they are just very small characters. Little bit characters, extras, basically. Now, and then this is also directed by Adam Ahlbrandt, which I believe that's how you pronounce it, Ahlbrandt, and is none other than Crossbearer. Yes. And this is the, I don't know if there's any other releases here stateside other than this toe tag release. If there is, I'd like to know. I know that there's a really cool Region 2 media book that I was eyeing. That thing is awesome. It's like 3-disc set that's got like all the bells and whistles for this film. It's pretty dope. Now, as far as like what do we got here? There is 0 reversible cover art, which, you know, honestly, with this one, it doesn't need it, because I really like the cover art it already has. Oops. Didn't get that in there all the way the correct way. There we go. And this also has an autograph from Natalie Jean herself and Adam Ahlbrandt. And this is number 149? Yeah, 149 out of 1666. I think that's what it is, 1666, or it's 666. I imagine it's 1666. That looks like a 1 there. Anyways, back to this movie. What is it about? Well, it's this fella right here, the Crossbearer, who is a religious fanatic who is carries a hammer, and he thinks he is essentially doing God's work by getting rid of these what he would call bad people, just because they don't do certain things that are quite Bible friendly. But you know, that's what he's there for. He's like a judgment character. You know, he's the evil. And then what else we got going on there? We got a whole thing with this girl. She has a little scar on her face, Natalie Jean. I don't know if it's a real scar or not. Either way, it was pretty cool looking. She is basically on this job with these other girls. Which, by the way, I almost forgot. There's a whole thing to do with coke and this guy that basically there's this really magical scene where he has his buddy do a line of coke off of his girlfriend's rear end, and immediately follow it with a bong rip and chug a beer. I believe that's what they call a strikeout or something like that. That one sounds pretty rough to do. I couldn't do it at my age. Maybe when I was younger, I could probably pull that off. Gosh, my voice is getting gravelly as hell. Hopefully, I'm able to do videos all this week without losing my voice. That would really suck. So you got this magical scene with them, and he does that, and he blows chunks right on her butt. It is hilarious. I died laughing at that scene. And the guy, that all he could say is, "You threw up on my girl's asshole." Which just, I know I don't really swear on here because that's not my thing. But this is really, really it's gold. You got, what else do we got in there? There's this weird scene with this sleazy, I guess it's not weird, it's a grimy scene with this nasty, sleazy son of a whatever his face that runs this strip joint that our main girl works at. Which, by the way, she's a dancer, not a stripper, so she takes off all of her clothes except for her underpants and bra. You know, she keeps keeps that stuff on. And there's this scene where this guy that's wearing a very dorky looking fedora, and he's got a Italy jacket on, a jacket sporting this Italian logo on it. Which mine, I'm sporting. By the way, this is, my family owns a bar over on the east side of Des Moines. It's called CJ's 2. If you're ever in Des Moines, please do check it out. It's one of those fun little hole in the wall bars where anything and everything can happen. No, it's pretty lax and cheapest beer and pool in town. How you like that nice little plug, guys, that I did for my family's bar? Where was I going? This dude is giving her a hard time. The guy with the Italian jacket on. He gives her this like $50 bill and says she'll get the rest when she takes her clothes off. She starts to dance a little more seductively and like seduces him in to get closer to the stage, and then she decides she's going to kick him right in the face and bust out a couple of his teeth. That scene just, it like cracked me up. It worked perfectly, and then you saw a couple of teeth come rolling out of that. Very, very cool. And then, like I said, it leads up to going up to this scene up into the nasty, slimy, sleazy guy that runs this strip joint, who is at the time receiving a mouth hug from one of the girls that works there, and then he is rewarding her with a couple grams of cocaine. Which, whatever, you know, if that's your bag, then that's your bag. Not really my deal. I'm into things that don't damage your body like that. No, I'm kidding. If you guys are into that, I don't really care. You get some amazing deaths in here. You get one that involves a giant bag of coke, which that death is like top notch. It cracked me up. You know, since I watched it twice, that scene just stuck out with me like a sore thumb. And all the while, I forgot why they're going to this building is they're going to do this coke deal with this guy who previously had brought back with him to his giant building of wherever he lives for a menage a trois. Lucky son of a gun. I'm kidding. But anyways, they're going to go do a coke deal with this guy, and they show up, and him and the girls have been completely slaughtered by the crossbearer, and now one of them has run away and hid, which she was quickly dispatched after before these people arrived, and then there's one, two, three girls and one dude, and or excuse me, four girls and a guy. There's yeah, four girls and a guy. So it's left up to them to basically fight for their lives to get out of the building. Do they do it? You know, who lives, who dies? You know, it's a very cool ride. I really like it. The special effects are awesome. Toe Tag always does a great job with their effects. I have never seen a bad thing that they've done. As a matter of fact, I've only seen the cut version of it, but the effects and murder set pieces that they did were pretty good. Considering I didn't really like that movie, I thought it was really boring and dull. Unlike this one's pretty cool. This one, like I said, it's got a pretty short runtime, so it flows pretty smoothly. Not a ton of like crappy backstory where it's about people that you could care less about. You know, one of those kind of things. Let's roll over onto my review, my ratings. I had jabbered on enough about random things, and I'm going to go ahead and finally tell you my final thoughts of this. It's very well filmed. Like I said, the special effects are really, really good. Some of the best I've seen in a while, especially with as far as a hammer being the tool that is being used. Which I like the mask that the guy uses, as the crossbearer uses, but there's times with it where he looks like a giant lollipop running around with a hammer, which kind of cracked me up. A lollipop. Anyways, so I'm gonna give this thing a 3 on the technical side, middle of the road kind of movie. It won't knock your socks off on any kind of technical awards or aspects like that. The acting is good. The story is good enough. The plot, the way it delivers, is good enough. It doesn't lag, like I said. So 3 out of 5 on that one. Now let's go over to that entertainment side. The gore. Yes. Blood and boobs. That's what this movie should have been called, is Blood and Boobs, because it is full of both of those. Plenty of the red stuff to go around. And like I said, the story smooth. Let's just give it a 4 on that technical side. We'll just say this is a 7 out of 10 overall. I want to get the hell out of here. My throat's really scratchy, and I keep getting all like gravelly with you guys. I'm not liking it, and I feel like this review wasn't the best of mine. Do please forgive me. Hopefully tomorrow is better. Today's been an interesting day. Not a good one. All right, y'all. Love your faces. Have a good one. Peace.